Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. So, the Associated Press did this article from Atlantic Black Star. Black leaders forged alliance with Trump on sentencing deal. If they forged an alliance, that means they should not be considered leaders. I mean, if you're willing to make an alliance with Trump, with President Trump, or should I say the moron in chief, then you're not really a black leader. But then, let's talk about this sentencing deal. So I guess this has something to do with prison reform, the prison justice system, or should I say the corrupt justice system. It looks like Trump wants to make brownie points with the black community. That's not really going to happen. And he probably got some shucking and jiving so-called fake black leaders to help him out. However, I do want to, since it is involving something serious, let's talk about it anyway. A rare bipartisan deal in Congress to overhaul federal sentencing laws passed after a few black ministers, leaders, and lawmakers forged an alliance with President Donald Trump. Or should I say, Donald Chump. These must most likely fake black leaders. However, criminal justice and having harsher prison systems is a huge problem in the black community. You know what? I'm just going to read more of this. Who some have condemned as racist for the past 2 years. Well, first of all, Trump is a racist. And I know the real reason why he's doing this. The reforms could offer a path to freedom for hundreds of black and Latino inmates who were sent to prison by a justice system that critics say has long been stacked against minorities. Now that part they got right. It is stacked against people, non-white people, and particularly black people. It's like threading a needle politically, says Mark Morrill, the National Urban League's president and CEO. It's been very delicate to get us to the point where we are right now. Bischoff, and notice that the so-called black leaders happen to be church people, the people like Urban League and NAACP, and the Cory Bookers, like this guy right here, probably someone from the Progressional Black Congressman. Notice the con is in the word. But they won't talk to real black leaders, real black organizations that are out there who are really fighting for the people, real black people that are in the community. Bishop Harry Jackson, a pastor of Hope Christian Church, okay, we got some shucking and driving Bible people, Bellsville, Maryland, still gets questions from fellow African Americans asking him why he and other conservative black ministers went to the White House over the summer to talk about issues with Trump. Yeah, I'm not gonna, there's a reason why I say Trump. People are still mad at us about that, Jackson said. Yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, I remember Well, and then that was when that retard, Daryl Scott, went and said that Trump was pro-black. Yeah, right. We're still angry, and we'll always be angry at that. But the end result could be worth it. No, it will not be worth it. To address what Jackson called the defining civil rights issue of this era, even as detractors complain that the legislation did not go far enough, it probably didn't, and could invite new problems for minority communities. Oh, it's going to have a whole lot of problems. But we will continue on. But yes, there's going to be a whole lot of problems. The bill, we're talking about Trump here, President Trump here. The bill, which is expecting to go to Trump soon for his signature, don't make any promises, gives justice more discretion when sentencing some drug offenders and expands prisoner rehabilitation efforts. It also reduced the life sentence of some drug offenders with 3 convictions or 3 strikes to 25 years. Another provision would allow about 2,600 federal prisoners sentenced for crack cocaine offenses before August 10th the opportunity to pension for a reduced penalty. Most of those people were probably people that were hemmed up in the crack epidemic. That will be a win for minorities. Yeah, right. Something smells fishy. I'm going to have to hold that so-called win. Really? I have to question that. Who were caught up in a sentencing system that made crack cocaine a more serious offensive than the other types of cocaine, said New Jersey Senate Cory Booker, a potential Democratic presidential candidate in 2020, which he will not win, by the way. He's trying to be another Barack Obama. And yeah, right. We know the real reason why crack cocaine was more offensive, because black people mostly use it. But when you have white people at the opioids, all of a sudden it's a medical health situation. When you correct an injustice in a biased system, it dramatically helps the marginalized people, Booker said. That provisions alone, 96% of all people who are helped by that are black or Latino. Kind of got some point about that. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Whatever. We'll continue reading. Among the advocates of the legislation was a diverse and unlikely group that included presidential advisor Jared Kushner, Kim Kardashian West, the National Urban League, black ministers, and minority lawmakers and libertarian-leaning conservatives. Some of these people, these organizations and people, I also have some questions. Some of these bills advocate said it was a tough decision to work with the White House. Oh, by the way, when I was looking at these people, I have to ask, what about the Nation of Islam? Or, like I said, real black organizations. These are just shucking jiving organizations. But continuing. Tough decision to work in the White House that deeply unpopular with black people, and rightfully so. More than 8 in 10 African Americans said they thought Trump was racist, which is 100% true, in a in a February poll by the Associated Press Norrick Center for Public Affairs Research. Once again, they're 100% true about the chump being racist situation. But even the supporters say they know that legislation is only the beginning, as it reflects by its name, the First Step Act. Groups such as the NAACP cheered the passage. You mean you're cheering for butter biscuits? Of the bill, but also harbors reservations. The legislation offers some important improvements to the current federal criminal justice system, but it falls short of providing the meaningful changes. See, okay, here we got some issues. Change that is required to make the system genuinely fair, said Hurley O. Shelton, director of the NAACP Washington Bureau. See, we already got some issues. By the way, in the comment section, when you after reading this, what about can anyone list any real black organizations that would have been better to talk for Trump to talk about? But of course, he would not want to talk to them because they are really who's really for the people, not these shucking and driving organizations like the NAACP and the Urban League and whatsoever. So yeah, in the comment section, put down some fighting for the black community, real organizations. The comment section. I just want people to do it. The bill only, I think I already read this, but we're going to read it anyway. The bill only affects the federal system, meaning anyone given harsher sentences as a state and local level has no recourse. All right, how about the entire state and local? We need something that is going to fix or change the entire system, not just the federal level. Those inmates make up the bulk of people behind bars across America. Black costed 38%, or about 68,000, or more than 180,000 inmates in the federal prison population. According to the Bureau of Prisons, Hispanics make up 13%, or about 58,000% of federal prison inmates, and about 122 non-Hispanics in federal prison. That's because you arrest more blacks than whites, and you allow more whites to go free than blacks. You see, the worst criminals happen to be the ones that are still outside of prison. Most of them happen to be white and have evidence, but they get to go scot-free, while innocent black men have to be stuck in prison. That's why these numbers. Some groups say the bill will open the door to increase surveillance of minority communities through electronic monitoring of released inmates. Others point out limitations in the bill on which federal prisoners will benefit from its change. The Movement of Black Lives, a coalition of more than 100 black-led organizations, called the legislation custom-made for rich white men. See, that is what I'm expecting. See, this might be an example of a real black organization. Might. I don't know more. I probably have to learn more. But see, at least they have some decency to believe that this is just all to please more rich white people. All-out carved outs make the vast majority of people ineligible for the benefits of the bill, the group says. See, even they know that there might be something fishy about this. I know this is kind of a long video, but even they know something fishy about this. Even with the limits, the bill advocates are thrilled to have made progress or a issue where reform has remained elusive for more than a decade, Jackson and any president willing to talk about even minor changes should be worked with. I believe with all my heart if Dr. Martin Luther King was alive, he would have been in that meeting, Jackson said. Would he? And he would have been advocating for the voiceless instead of playing politics and personal games. What about Malcolm X? What about Elijah Muhammad? Khalid Muhammad? What about those leaders? Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton? I wonder what they say, too. I want to know what would they say if they happen to be or not be in that meeting. I wonder what would have happened if Farrakhan was going to be in that meeting or not in that meeting. See, they only want to bring up Martin Luther King, and I know the real reason why. I know this is a long video, but it has to be said. But like I said, put your thoughts in the comment section about this. Also, if there's real black organizations that are really for the people, put them down in the comment section too. I mean, whether I look at them or not, just put them in there. But once again, put your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you like this video, share this video, share this article. I'll leave the link to the article in the description box and maybe in the comments section, along with links of my different channels on social media, especially on YouTube, including my backup channels, as well as my channels on Blackspot, Black Junction, Twitter, and so on. But that's all I have to say for now. Also make sure you hit that notification bell. But that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for your time, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.